It's Reginald Duck here, back with another deck profile. Today I've got a Fluffal deck for you. It's really good at going second, can break boards really well, but I am playing quite a few cards to be able to help you to go first and do like a combo to stun your opponent, as well as I've got a few decent cards on the side. So without any further ado, let's get into it. For the main deck, you've got the main starter of the deck, 3 Fluffal Dog. Searches, Edgem Sabers, or any Fluffal. Gets you everything you need, really helps set up any of your combos, and also it's a +1, so that's always good. 3 Fluffal Bear. You don't always want to have to search it, and it's a Fluffal, so it just helps you fuse, as well as obviously grabbing you the toy vendor from deck. 2 Fluffal Penguin. I never find you needed the third, but you could play 3 if you wanted. Again, just really great to fuse with because you draw 2, discard 1. 2 Fluffal Wings, because it's a really great way to draw through the deck and also get a search. You've got a few one-ofs. You've got the 1 Fluffal Cat, really great for recycling poly. 1 Fluffal Owl, in case you can't get to a poly, you can always get to this. 1 Fluffal Rabbit, again just more fusion material because it adds back a fusion material when it's sent, except itself. And then you've got a Fluffal Sheep, which is part of the combo for going first in case your opponent makes you go first. Now onto your Edgemps, you've got 3 Chain. It's really great, searches out Patchwork, searches out Frightfur Fusion, whatever you need. Then you've got the 1 Edgemp Sabers. Thanks to my local game store for the new version of that, I think it looks great. And then for your hand traps, you've got 2 Nibiru. This one is very slightly misprinted, but only minor, so I've not really tried to sell it. And then you've got the 1 Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. This is what you try and end on if you end up going first. There's quite a lot of combos that you can do to get there. Then for your spells, you've got 3 Toy Vendor, searches everything you want in the deck, any Fluffal or any Edgemp Sabers. 3 Frightfur Patchwork. The reason to play the deck, honestly, it's just great. Every time you see it, your win percentage just goes up massively. 3 Polymerization. You need as many as you can get because if you don't draw away to a poly, you can't really play. 3 Foolish Burial Goods. It's a really great way of sending Toy Vendor. Toy Vendor isn't once per turn for its search effect, so you always want to see this just so you can sort of choose your own hand. 3 Called by the Grave. Again, really great card. Just helps stop any hand traps, any unwanted things that might stop you going off. I'm playing 2 Frightfur Fusion because with the Verti Anaconda you can actually resolve 2 in a turn. So, and also if you mill it off Toy Vendor then you can't do the combo. So I do like to play 2. Got the 2 Lightning Storm because this is still a going second deck. So I want to be able to blow out any back row, any problem cards before I go for the OTK. And then lastly, just the 1 copy of Frightfur Factory. I think it's fairly good. It just helps you extend if you've already used a poly, and you can search it off chain if you've already used the Patchwork and the Fusion. So I think it's just another good extra target. So that's it for the main deck. To the extra deck, you've got 3 Frightfur Sabertooth. It might be a bit excessive playing 3, but I'd never want to run out of them because if you are in a long game, you can always just keep summoning and bringing back the Kraken, sending another card. It really helps you break boards, so I do like 3. You've got 3 Frightfur Kraken, as I just mentioned. It's, again, really great. Non-destruction, just sends cards. Can attack multiple times. Can't attack directly if it's used its send effect. But, again, not hard once per turn, so you can just link it off or whatever, or fuse it off, then bring it back. So, again, really great. Playing 2 copies of Frightfur Tiger. I do like to play 2 because sometimes you'll use 1 in your opening combo to set up the Destruction Sword. So you want to still have 1 in your extra deck for if your opponent does manage to set anything up. Also, this is going to get a lot better when the new Edgemp Scythe comes out because you'll be able to summon this in your opponent's turn. You've got the 1 copy of Frightfur Wolf. It's really, really great. You only need 1 because if you summon it, you're probably going to win anyway. It can attack up to the number of times it had fusion material, so with Frightfur Fusion, that can be quite high. Got the 1 Titanic Galaxy. This could also be a Dingay, so it's your own personal choice. just I happen to have a Titanic Galaxy nearby. They're both good but don't usually come up, so it's not that important, but it is nice. And then for some links, we've got a Link Karibo. This is only in case you draw the wings and need to get it in graveyard, so you can draw two, so it helps unbrick any hands that you've got, which is good. You've got one Cross Sheep, really great combo extender, helps you get a level 4 or lower from graveyard when you fusion summon, so it just lets you maintain advantage. One Union Carrier, really important part of the Destruction Sword combo, helps you lock out your opponent from summoning from the extra deck in your first turn, so then they can't play. One Verte Anaconda, one of the best cards. Honestly, it's just great, means you can Frightfur fuse from deck, even if you've already used one that turn, which is fantastic. And lastly, we've just got a copy of Nightmare Unicorn. I just find it helps being able to get a few monsters off board as well as clear something without destroying it, so I think that's great as well. Now onto the side deck. I don't always do side decks for these videos, but I think for me it depends on how competitive I think the deck could be. So if it's like just a really casual deck, then I'm not going to even bother building a side deck. But if it's rogue tier or at least semi-competent, I will. So you've got 3 Dark Ruler. In case you're facing Adamancipator and set up like an unbreakable board, you can always use this and then clear the board and then end on the Union Carrier with the Destruction Sword. Got 3 Solemn Judgment in case they do make you go first. A lot of people will just make Fluffal go first because they think the deck has no first turn plays, which used to be true, but now it's got some. 3 Heat Wave, because again, if they make you go first, I think this is actually quite spicy because you literally just play Heat Wave, pass, and they can't summon either. So then it goes back to you, essentially skips the turn, but now you've got a battle phase, so I think this card's really great. And also really funny. You've got 2 Twin Twisters, just in case there's any back row you couldn't destroy with the Lightning Storm for whatever reason. If you're just facing a load of back row you want to get rid of. 2 Draw and Lockbird. This could be a hand trap of choice. Personally, I just like Draw right now. And then you've got 1 Red Reboot. Again, really great against back row decks. Just helps you get the OTK through. And you've got 1 Lightning Storm. Just so you've got the third one in case you having trouble against whatever sort of front row or back row. Just really great to have. I'm going to demonstrate the combo now for you that ends on the Union Carrier because it's quite unintuitive, so if you don't already know it, it can be hard to figure out. There's a lot of destroying your own cards and stuff, so I'll just demonstrate that for you quickly. For this combo, it is a 2.5 card combo because you need these 2 and any other Fluffal. So I've gone for Fluffal Rabbit because it's the least useful in this sense, so it's not going to make the combo any more complicated than it needs to be. These 2 Called by the Grave are just your other 2 cards that you don't need, so I'm just going to put these to the side for now. So that's your 5 cards starting hand. So then for this combo, you'll activate the Fluffal Dog and you'll search out the Fluffal Bear. Then you activate the bear, searching out Toy Vendor. Well, setting Toy Vendor to your side of the field, sorry. And you activate the Toy Vendor, and then you use its effect, discard the Edge Imp Chain to mill the top card of your deck. It's a patchwork, so nothing happens. And then effective Chain will get to add you a patchwork. The only thing you don't want to mill off the Toy Vendor is the Destruction Sword. Other than that, you're all good. So you activate Patchwork, searching out Edge Imp Sabres and Polymerization. And then you fuse, using both materials from hand, the Sabres and the Rabbit, to summon the Tiger. And for the sake of this combo, I'm not going to use the Rabbit's effect because you don't need it, so I'm just showing you how easy it can be. Effective Tiger, destroy Toy Vendor. Effective Toy Vendor, now you add the Fluffal Sheep. This is why this card's really important, because for the combo to work you need this. So you special summon the Sheep, which control Fluffal Dog, and then you use its effect to return Dog to hand to summon Chain from grave. And then you use the effect of the Sabres to top deck a card from your hand. So for this I'm going to use the Called by the Grave because there's no need to get rid of the Fluffal Dog. It's a really great starter for next turn. So then you summon out your sabres, and now you link these two into Verte Anaconda. Then you link these two into Union Carrier. Then you use Anaconda's effect to send Frightfur Fusion from deck. I played 2 copies just for this reason. And then the effect of Fusion, you get to banish Sabres, Sheep and Tiger. So now you get to summon Sabertooth, and this can't be destroyed by battle or card effects because it's been summoned with 3 materials. Then use the effect of Union Carrier to equip Destruction Sword to it from the graveyard, from the deck. So now you've got a card that can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and it stops your opponent from special summoning from the extra deck. So it can just be really oppressive and lock out your opponent from any sort of plays they might have. So that's just one of the variants of the combo. There's so many others, but it just depends on how your hand starts because there's so much searching in the deck. Sometimes it can be a 4-card combo with different cards, depending on if you draw the dog or not. So it's really easy to get to once you see the lines of play. But the easiest way I found is with 3 cards. So that's it for this combo. Second variation on the combo, it's if you don't draw the dog. It's not actually that important because you'll get to it later. So this is just showing that you can get to it from different places. So instead of starting with the dog this time, we'll start with the bear. So you activate bear to set Toy Vendor from deck. Activate Toy Vendor. And then you use Toy Vendor effect, discarding Chain to mill the top card. It's nothing, so it's fine. Effective Chain, add Patchwork. Activate Frightfur Patchwork, searching out Polymerization and Edge Imp Sabres. So then you, just like before, fuse these 2 into the Tiger. Tiger effect, destroy Toy Vendor. This time instead of grabbing the sheep, you go ahead and grab the dog because you've not normal summoned yet. So then you normal summon the dog and then you grab yourself the sheep. So now you're in a very similar position as you were before. So you special summon the sheep, you bounce the dog to summon out the chain. Then use the effect of Edge Imp Sabres, top deck when you're called by the graves, to summon out Sabres. And now you link these 2 again into Anaconda, these 2 into Union Carrier, and then same again, use the effect of Anaconda to send Frightfur Fusion, to then let you banish, banish, banish. Summon back this, and then effect of Carrier, you can equip the Destruction Sword from deck. So you've got to the exact same board, but you didn't start with the dog. So it's important, just in case you don't draw it, that you can still full combo. So just thought I'd show that for you. This combo, it's a 3.5 card combo, because this could be any Fluffal. I just choose Rabbit again, because it's the least useful. So you start off with the Frightfur Patchwork. And you add the Polymerization and the Edge Imp, not the Edge Imp Sabres, you add the Edge Imp Chain, because you can get the Sabres later on in the combo. Then you activate Toy Vendor. Then you activate Foolish Burial Goods, send in another copy of Toy Vendor to add Fluffal Dog. You normal summon the dog and you add the Edge Imp Sabres. From here, you're going to fusion summon from hand with the Sabres and the Rabbit into the Tiger. Effective Tiger is going to destroy this copy of Toy Vendor, and now you add yourself the the Fluffal Sheep, and use its effect to special summon itself because you control the Fluffal Dog. You return dog to hand to summon Chain from hand, because you've not managed to get this engraved this combo, but it doesn't matter because it's going to summon from hand or graveyard. and use the effect of the Sabres Engrave to put your Cold Belly Grave back on top of the deck. Summon out the Sabres. Then you're in the same position you were from the other combos, just this time you used more resources in hand. So you've got your Verte Anaconda, you've got your Union Carrier, then use Anaconda effect to send Frightfur Fusion. And then effect of that, banish this, this and this to summon out Sabertooth. Again, it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. Then you use Union Carrier to equip the Destruction Sword to it. So, same ending board, just a different starting hand. There's so much searching in this deck and drawing that you essentially pick your own hand. So, it's really good to know all the avenues to get into this combo, because if you end up going first, you really don't want to mess this up and either not lock them out of summoning or have this be able to be destroyed or whatever. You want to make sure it's right. So there are other variations, but they're all very similar, as you can see. So with a bit of practice with the deck, you'll be able to sort of figure them out as you go. Guys, that's been my Frightfur Fluffal deck profile and combo tutorial. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Hope you all learned something. Please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.